you loud in my face. People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Drown out my problems, let me
Coach, playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Today we continue on at Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. This one fielded at the 5. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Check, crouch, crouch.
On first down, Moss. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Steps away to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Target. 51's the mic, 51's the mic.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Done. Half. Done. He's coming.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Protein spill. That's me. Check.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, was the one disrupting there defensively. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Get that quarterback.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
Second and goal from the 1.
50 to Mike. 50 to Mike.
Man, that's trash. That's trash. Shift. Pass 85. Pass 85.
Here's Allen to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. B.J. Goodson came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now this time, Allen will throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Flush to his right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Browns drive about to get started. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 5-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Charlie.
To throw, Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The Browns drive about to get started. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
He's got it at the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 75 yards. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow him to get into the end zone.
And this time Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
Not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll run on first down. It's Moss, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Check the back.
61, Matchbox Lights. Hey, Echo.
On play action, Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Larry Ogunjobi able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Looking deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Hey, we're 33.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Smalls.
Run.
Check 99. Check 99.
Hurry. Regular.
From the gun, Mayfield. He completes it to Bryant. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down, and he's got the hook up to Landry. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mayfield now from the 50. And finding the tight end, Hooper. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Third and short yardage. Mayfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Isaiah McKenzie that time, but it'll be 2nd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
The Bills on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And an Allen hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down now, it's Moss. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Hurry.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check out 6-6. Pull it high.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike 50. Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Run, watch the run. It's south, baby. That's baby south. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Hey, Delta.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Oh, he stays up. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Good. 180. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Forced out to his left. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now Landry. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Milano leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Hey, 133.
To try again after the sack. Mayfield, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there. and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
I'm coming after you. Check 26, check 26. Check up, left.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Third and long for Mayfield. Dancing to his left. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. Early lead in that one for the Packers. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. A first down throw for Mayfield. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Double time, double time.
Mayfield to throw it. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 41.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hurry!
50. You ain't going nowhere. Check 24, check 24. Whip.
Hurry!
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And 58 is a mile. 58 is the money. Pass. Check 3. Smooth.
First down, and they're going to throw without it. Throw left side, complete to Moss. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Going deep for Diggs. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
They'll run with Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll try again with Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Hurry, hurry. Regular. Let's pin the mirror.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think,
Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
And here's Allen throwing on 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Browns drive about to get started, and they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
A run for Nick Chubb, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mayfield looks to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with the ampersand? I like it.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Here we go, G. Here I come. Here I come.
Hurry, hurry!
Pop. Begin.
Hurry, hurry!
Kill. Hey, watch it. Joker.
Up, left it! Hurry! Watch!
They begin this drive with Chubb, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Hey, alert!
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, seam 6.
51, Mike, 51. We own them. 51 to Mike.
Alert!
From the gun, it's Allen. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs, 33 yards. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the fourth quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The fourth quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Switch.
Run. Five. Alert. Big time drive. Let's go.
Now Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just... And they take him down. The Bills get to him. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch twins.
Switch. Regular. Real. Slant. Pistol. Hurry. Watch out.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And the pressure gets to him again. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. On 1st down, Moss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
49 to Mike.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. It's caught. Beckham. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Point it right. Hurry.
Mayfield. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
On 1st down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen.
King.
Here's Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Watch the twins.
Let's go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, but it's going to be second down.
Hey, alert.
On second and 11 now. Mayfield throws right side, and that's complete. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes the catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
Hurry.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Moss, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Regular.
Come on, boy, 51.
Hey, wahoo!
Double. 51's Mike. Mike 51.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that deep.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jerry Hughes in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. They'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down.
Kill. Hey, Alpha. Kill.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first. It ends here.